Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this go-to bridal makeup look. This is the look I do for a lot of my bridal makeup looks. I always like to start out with the Garnier Micellar Water and then go in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. And then I go in with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and I use the RCMA foundation. So I really like to take my time with foundation. I feel like if you rush through it, it can kind of end up throwing off the whole look. I make sure to blend it down the neck and up towards the hairline and back towards the ears just to make sure that everything is blended and looking super flawless. Another little trick I like to do is use a sponge just to kind of help soak up any excess product so it doesn't look cakey. And then I go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer under her eyes and just on any sort of blemishes to help give them a little extra coverage. I also like to take the concealer up on the eyelids. It kind of just helps hide any veins or discoloration on the eyelids and help everything look balanced. And then I just set the under eyes with some RCMA No Color powder. And then also I use some of that RCMA No Color powder all over the face. So before doing eyebrows, I always like to take a spoolie and comb them up. It kind of just helps give you a better idea of the natural shape of the brows, and you can see a little bit better where it needs to be filled in. And then I just went in with my Anastasia brow powder palette, and just filled in her eyebrows. I also like to use a brow gel on the brows just to kind of help give them a little bit more of a feathery shape. I use the Essence Make Me Brow. And then we are going in with bronzer. I like to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's the best bronzer I have come across yet in my life, which is saying a lot. I kind of like to intermix the bronzing and contouring technique. I know they're technically two very different things, but at the end of the day, they kind of do the same thing. You know what I mean? I mean, you can go in harder with contour, but I just don't think it looks very natural. So this is the technique I prefer to use. Now I'm using the RCMA Cream Blush Palette. This is an amazing palette. If you have never tried it, I highly recommend it. Also, I really enjoy using cream blushes. They give the skin a very natural finish and a little bit of a sheen because it's a cream product. And I highly, highly recommend the RCMA palette. Then I am using one of my favorite highlighters of all time. I honestly cannot stop using this highlighter. It is Becca Champagne Pop, and I think it looks beautiful. Another little trick I like to do is using my powder brush to help blend out the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight, just to make sure it's all blending seamlessly. And then I am just using a MAC paint pot in the color Soft Ochre to prime her eyelids for eyeshadow. So I like to start with the transition color with a larger fluffy brush, and I usually like to mix together MAC's Wedge and Soft Brown as the transition color. And then I will go in with a slightly smaller crease brush and I will use the color Saddle by MAC, which is just slightly deeper than the transition color, just to start adding depth to the eyes. Next, I will go in with an even smaller crease brush and a slightly deeper brown just to keep continuing to add depth to the eyes. And you can't forget to highlight the brow bone. I feel like it makes such a big difference. I used Vanilla by MAC for this. And for the eyelid color, I used All That Glitters, once again by MAC. I feel like this is the perfect bridal color. It is a rose gold color, which I just love for bridal. Another little trick I like to do to keep your eyeshadow look looking crisp and clean is using a concealer after you have kind of done the base work for the eyeshadow to kind of clean up the lines. And then I added an inner corner highlight using Nylon by MAC. And then I went in with a lip liner. I believe this is NYX in the color Natural. And next we use a lipstick. This is one of my favorite lipsticks for bridal. It's L'Oreal Ferris Nude. It is the perfect neutral pink color, and I love it. I always like to clean up the lip lines with concealer. It just kind of helps clean up any lipstick that got outside of the lip line. Another little trick I like to do is using a nude colored eyeliner in the waterline to help your eyes look bright and awake. This is Essence in the color Silky Nude. And then after that, we are just putting the same shadows that we put in the crease area on the bottom lash line just to finish up the eyeshadow look. I always like to go in with one good last blend with a large fluffy brush just to make sure all the shadows are blending together and looking seamless. Now I am using my MAC Fix Plus setting spray. I love this stuff so much and I will never stop using it. Now I'm using L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner in the color Espresso, and we're just doing a very soft wing with this. Now I'm just using a mascara. I don't really remember which one it was. It was probably L'Oreal Telescopic or CoverGirl Lash Blast. And last but not least, we are putting on lashes, and I'm so sorry I don't remember which lash style I used, but they were by Kiss, if that helps at all. Here is the finished look. I love the way this look turned out. I think this look is perfect for bridal or just any occasion where you want to look soft and girly but also kind of glam. If you would like to see more content like this, I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. Have a wonderful day.